Hey everybody, how's it going? It's yours truly. I haven't gone anywhere. I've been incredibly busy doing my home remodeling, and of course I am starting to do a new series of videos called the Tools for Fools video series, and I'm basically just showing people around tools, showing them how to, fix things around the house and do all sorts of really cool stuff. Just understand how things in your life work. There's a lot of utility in that. There really is. And this is the world that I come from. I used to install solar. I used to do electrical, I still do electrical work. I don't do solar work anymore, but I do understand the energy industry quite well. And I'm just a working class guy. That I have working class roots. As a young teenager, I was, working, not for like my father or uncle or any of that nonsense. I went out into the real world. I shook hands. I worked for other people. I was a W-2 employee at a young age, and I had to. I didn't have a choice. I wasn't privileged like sleepy, creepy Joe Biden, who, by the way, is not a working class guy. He's not one of us. He never has been and never will be. The guy's one of the rich bitches of society. In his whole shtick, his I'm an everyman type shtick, no one's falling for it. Nobody believes it. The guy's a liar. And the fact that no one attended his stupid campaign events is kind of testament to that fact. But nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and talk about John Kerry's very recent statements about the energy industry and about these oil workers who lost their jobs. I'm going to surmise it very quickly. Sleepy, creepy Biden's signed these terrible executive orders. So with the stroke of a pen, tens of thousands of jobs have been lost, not just here in America, but in Canada, because they're canceling this pipeline. They're reversing a lot of the energy independent policies that were pushed forth by President Trump, in my opinion, the real president. But anyways, John Kerry recently said that John Kerry suggests oil workers laid off due to Biden policy should make solar panels. So he's like, hey, if you lost your job, learn to code, bitch. That's basically what he's telling them. That's what he's telling these people who have been adversely affected by Sleepy Creepy Biden's horrific policies. Oh, just go do something else. And of course, there's video to kind of complement this article. We're not going to go ahead and go through with it because it's John Kerry and it's boring, but just to surmise it very quickly, he's saying, we'll find something for you guys to do. We'll find you a better job. These solar tech jobs are way better, by the way, and they pay more. That's actually demonstrably untrue. Again, I come from that world. Now, again, there's nothing wrong with doing either of these jobs, but oil workers make the big bucks because it is a much more dangerous job. It's physically intensive. It's just incredibly demanding of you. It just demands so much of you. It takes so much from you, as opposed to, installing a solar array. It's a little bit easier. And of course you have an entire crew and the people who are actually installing the solar arrays, they don't actually make the most. So the people who are installing the panels or the inverters, and they're bending the conduit, they're doing the interconnection. Those are the guys who make the big bucks, the site leads, which is what I used to do. So with that being said, I have some interesting stuff that I pulled up here. So let's see. On average, the oil rig salary comparison by location. So in my state, it's not that much. It's almost 70 grand. But nationwide, the average is 75,000. So here, let's go. CNN Money. Oil rig workers make nearly 100,000 a year. They make a lot of money, guys. I actually know quite a few people who are in this industry, in the oil industry, not the solar tech industry. And, this is how much money they make. They have their families out here, close to me, multiple kids, and they live in the state where all the action is at. And then they send the money back, and, so they're able to basically have two dwellings. One here where they're initially from, and then in my case, Nevada, and then over wherever they're doing their oil rigging work. And, they make really great money. It's a hard job. It's demanding. You're away from your family. I mean, God forbid you have a family, but then again, it's just like, they're doing really good stuff and, they're providing and all that. But now all these people, their jobs are in jeopardy, or they've already lost their job because of horrific policy. But John Kerry's here to say, oh, well, you can just find another job. The green jobs are way better. They pay more. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Solar technician, because John Kerry specifically stated that solar tech jobs, they're growing, which is probably true. I'm not going to fact check that, but he said they pay better. The pay is better. That's not true. That's absolutely not true. Unless you're a lead, you're a site lead, or you're like managing the warehouse or something, you're not going to be making more than the oil workers. The average base salary of a solar technician, $34,000. Solar installer, Average base salary, $21.31. Additional compensation, overtime. Yeah, the overtime is really good. Maybe if you're working for like a private company, you might make a little bit more. Maybe if you're working for yourself, you might be able to make a little bit more. But some of the larger companies, at least in my area, they don't pay that. They don't pay what oil workers make. That's just demonstrably untrue. And he also invokes wind energy. These windmill technicians. No, I'm sorry, but that's just imagine however many tens of thousands of oil workers all out of a job. Now you expect them all to compete for these solar jobs, which, by the way, because of the way the economy is being run by the current administration, sleepy, creepy Biden's administration, these people aren't going to find work in any energy sector. Not in the traditional fossil fuel industry, because the sleepy, creepy Biden is he feels it's important for the United States to not be energy independent. He wants us to be dependent on other people's energy. So those people are gone. And then what are they going to do? They're going to compete for these solar jobs and take a significant pay cut. I mean, Joe Biden, Sleepy Creepy Joe, John Kerry, who's a loser, by the way. These people are liars. They're absolutely lying to people. What else do we have here? The national average, $52,000 for a solar technician job. Again, there's nothing wrong with this, and it depends on where you live, whatever. There's nothing particularly wrong with the salary, but to say that these pay more than the oil workers is untrue. And how arrogant is it to point at these oil workers who are upset, who are grieving, who are worried because of their job loss or because they're about to lose their job, and to tell them to their face, oh, well, go ahead and find a new job. We'll find you a new job. Don't worry about it. It'll pay more. He's not lying, but he's also being condescending. I don't know which one is worse. Pick one. Unbelievable, man. This is within a few months of Sleepy Creepy Joe being magically placed into the White House. We've lost tens of thousands of jobs through a stroke of a pen. We are no longer energy independent. We are now energy dependent. Gas prices are going up by a lot. I mean, this is what I remember these gas prices after Bush left office, and then the recession hit, and that recession stayed with us for nearly 8 years under Obama's failed leadership. Dozens of people voted for this. Unbelievably fucking stupid. Very frustrating. I mean, I'm fine. I'm always gonna be taken care of. I'm resistant to this stuff because I understand how this stuff works. That's why I'm doing the Tools for Fools series. I want people to know their way around tools, become independent, because it's gonna get rough, you guys. I've been watching 6X and Hammer for a long time, and he's like, dude, it's gonna get rough. It's gonna be miserable, but we're likely gonna get through it. But it's gonna suck. Isn't it hilarious? I remember when all these useless fake news journalists were getting laid off from their jobs, and we people like me and other individuals, we were telling them to learn to code, because this is what they told coal miners, the coal workers, the coal industry employees. It's like, yeah, we're going to shut down your coal power plants, we're going to shut down your coal jobs, and you're going to learn to code. And then when these guys, and then of course, this was before Trump. I think this was pre-Trump. And then Trump won, and people were kind of tuning out of the fake news. We were moving on in life. Things were really great the last 4 years. And, and they started doing massive layoffs, a lot of layoffs. We told them to learn to code. Learn to code, guys. We were getting banned for it. We were told it was hate speech. Whatever. So expect more of this condescending behavior from these elites who pretend to be working class, who pretend to have some sort of link to the working class roots. Of course they don't. They're not like us. They were never like us. They were never one of us. That's just a fact. Peace out.